Well, good afternoon and welcome back to Salt Lake Community College for 4A State Championship Baseball. Devin Dixon, Paul Ratliff with you here as we get ready for Game 3 of 4 today. And this one could be a good one. The number 1 overall seed, the Dixie Flyers, coming into this matchup with the 8 seed Ridgeline Riverhawks, Paulie. And obviously a good team from Region 11 and taking on a really good team from Region 9 in this one.
Yeah, Ridgeline, fresh off a 2-game sweep of Provo, comes in hot and looking for the upset of the number 1 seed in the entire 4A state bracket. This one should be good. We were just treated to a good one last game, and we're just rolling along here. Great day of state baseball, and it's a beautiful day on top of it all. Can't draw it up any better.
We love it. We're excited to be here and glad you're with us on KSLSports.com. Also welcoming our listeners back on the Fan Sports Network on radio. If you're making your way into your Monday afternoon commute, we've got you covered. Just a quick recap here inside of our Bucks Ace Hardware pregame show. It was Snow Canyon, the 3-2 win over Crimson and Region 9 showdown. And then moments ago, Timpanogos walks it off. A Livingston RBI double, scores the runner from first as he rips it over the head of the outfielder, actually a triple, and it scores the winning run from first base to walk off Park City after Park City had tied it in the top of the 7th and had the tying run right there on base and just couldn't get one more key hit. And so tomorrow morning at 11, Crimson will now play Park City in an elimination game, and the winners will meet Snow Canyon and Timpanogos. Should be fun tomorrow, but we turn our attention back to this one. And Paulie Yates on the mound for Dixie. It'll be Hammond on the mound for Ridgeline.
Yes, Braxton Yates shows impeccable control at the mound, cycling through various pitches, all that have elite effectiveness. He is currently sitting at a 1.63 ERA, and that minuscule number only looks to get smaller as this guy thrives in the big moments. Know a ton about Braxton Yates. Still waiting to learn more about the Ridgeline starter today, but we're going to see him firsthand, so it's going to be fun.
Yeah, can't wait. Yeah, that's the pitching matchup. Let's take a look at our keys to the game here, brought to you by Team D Auto Sales. And for Ridgeline, this is the number 1 seed. So they can come in loose and just say, hey, it's us against the world, believe in each other, pick each other up, and try to play spoiler. You look at the long ball. Can they get a key hit, that extra base hit, that gapper? The wind is shifted from the morning. It was blowing in from left. And now that second game, the wind was pretty null. There wasn't a lot. And now what little wind there is actually blowing out. So maybe in the afternoon and the evening, if the wind permits, we might see a Cache Valley Bank home run. We haven't seen one in the first 2 games. And Ridgeline, you mentioned how good they were over the weekend in the 2-game sweep. They got to stay hot. They got to believe. If they can do that, they'll come out on top. Obviously, got to play mistake-free baseball, too, when you're going up against the number 1 overall seed. This is a team that can score some runs, too. And that's 10.5 runs a game. Can they do that against a pitcher that's already committed to Glendale Community College in Yates? That's the big question mark.
That's right. They've got a triumvirate of hitters here. Trey Purser, Bode Hansen, and Cale Kidman all have averages above 350 and create a formidable batting trio that could cause Yates problems if he's not sharp.
Yeah, but he's been sharp all year long. For Dixie, understand the situation. They're so well coached. They always seem to make the right play at the right time. Yeah. Their leadership experience, that is huge. They got a lot of seniors that have come up just a little bit short. They're very hungry, and then the gaps. If they can get it into the power alleys, that could be big for their offense.
That's right. I feel like the glue that holds this Dixie team together is catcher Ridge Erickson. He provides an elite backstop behind the plate, a .391 average at the plate, and all the intangibles in between. The dude is a leader to his core, and he's the straw that stirs the drink for the Flyers.
I love it. I love it. Look at the silver tongue of Paulie Ratliff. He'll be giving you the breakdown all day long as we get closer to some baseball. We're scheduled for a 4:30 first pitch, so about 7 minutes away from that. Let's take just a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll pick our Findlay Subaru Star Watch, and we'll also dive into the House of Jump starting lineups and get you all the news and notes ready for first pitch here in less than 10 minutes on the Fan Sports Network and KSLSports.com, live from Salt Lake Community College and Kate Field.
UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Devin Dixon, Paul Ratliff, pregame show built by Bucks Ace Hardware. Think Bucks, 3 Southern Utah stores for all your home and garden needs. I was actually at Bucks the other day getting some stuff for the grass and the yard. Think Bucks, Santa Clara, Dino Crossing, and the original location in Hurricane on State Street. They're actually going to get a new store out in Hurricane that'll be done this fall. Team batting average 303 for Ridgeline. Not too shabby, but then you look at Dixie and you kind of go, wowzers, this team can absolutely swing it, not to mention all the great pitching and the low team ERA. 352, the batting average. That's why Dixie comes in under Coach Danny Ibsen. 24 wins, 3 losses. Even though they lost to Desert Hills week 1 of region and split with Snow Canyon the final week of the season, in between they won 16 straight games at a point in time. They went 10-2 in the region. Danny Ibsen, as a head coach, has 2 state titles. I think he had a couple others with an assistant coach there when Jeff Messerly and Kent Garrett and the whole old staff was there at Dixie, winning a bunch back in their heyday as well. Ridgeline, Justin Jensen brings this team in ready to go. Let's take a look. Who's the Star Watch? Brought to you by Finley Subaru. We like to spotlight a star to watch throughout the broadcast. Let's pick one for each team. Paul, let's start with the Riverhawks.
For the Riverhawks first, we're going to go with one of the 3. It's going to be Cale Kidman. He's hitting around 357, about 10-plus RBIs on the season. He's a power hitter and extra base guy for the Riverhawks that I think is going to play a factor in this game today if he can get a couple hits off what seems to be impossible, getting a hit off of Braxton Yates.
He is in the 6 hole tonight as the DH in the lineup for Coach Jensen. All right, the Star Watch, who we pick. And this is tough because you got a lot of – it's tough for both teams, right?
Yeah.
You got the 8 best teams in the state in 4A classification here in Cape Field. So this is not easy. But is it Ridge or is it Vest or is it Mr. Yates because he's hitting and pitching today?
Well, I said I was going to go with Ridge for the glue guy. He's kind of the thing that holds the whole team together, but there is one star on this team that shines brighter than the rest, and that is Boston Vest. 451 average, 553 or 533 on base percentage, 3 home runs. I mean, this is a guy that just absolutely sees the ball.
Yeah, and he comes up big in big moments, just like his older brother that's playing at BYU, Cooper Vest, did. I remember the walk-off grand slam his freshman year, and Boston, we'll see what he can do in his senior season. He's been a starter for 4 years for Coach Ibsen. Ridge Erickson, though, is the one that's going to BYU. Boston Vest actually committed to New Mexico State. He's going to go play for the Aggies down there in Las Cruces, right? Las Cruces,
yeah,
home of the Aggies in New Mexico State. Both Justin Jensen and Danny Ibsen are exchanging meeting with the umpires at home plate, which means we are getting closer and closer to baseball here this afternoon. We're going to, again, be an on-time start. Looking forward to having you along here on the radio or on KSLSports.com. We've got Blake O'Rulen running the cameras. We got Stocks and Jukes producing our broadcast here today. And Devin Dixon, Paul Ratliff here in the broadcast booth. And we're ready to settle in on what we hope is going to be a terrific game. We've seen 2 one-run games already this morning. And like I said, Snow Canyon and Timpanogos both winning tight ones.
Yeah, this is 2 teams that come in hot. You know, Ridgeline just won the two-game set against Provo, and Dixie comes in off that 2-game sweep of Cottonwood. So these are teams playing well at the right time of the season, and it's going to be a battle today. It's going to be an all-out battle, and we'll just see who comes out on top.
All right, let's take a look at our House of Jump starting lineups for you. And we've got it presented by House of Jump, 415 South Dixie Drive. They encourage you to bounce off the walls. You need a place to hold your kid's birthday party. You can go down there, and they'll provide the whole party, lots of party options. Go to House of Jump on the website there, houseofjump.com. Check it out and schedule your birthday party. Or you just want to go for the weekend or just a weeknight out with the family. House of Jump, it's always a fan favorite. Ridgeline, Blotter, Dolly, Purser, top of the order there at short, left, and the catcher. Cooper Clark ranging things out in center field. Bodie Hansen in right. Cale Kidman, Star Watch player, brought to you by Finley Subaru, according to Paulie. Tyson Smith at third, and then Ben Thompson at first, batting eighth, and Hayden Hansen, the second baseman. Easton Hammond, again, the starting pitcher. And that's going to be key. How many innings can these 2 starters go? I mean, these skippers, you'd love for them to go the distance and stay under 85 pitches, so they can come back on sooner rest if needed. Because you don't know how this tournament's going to play out. But you got to play to win this game as we take a look. And that's why they're going with their ace in Braxton Yates. Ridge will catch and lead off. Vest at short, second. Yates pitching, batting third. Carter Turley, the DH, in the cleanup spot. Levitt at third. Franco in center. Orton at second. I call him Mighty Mike Max. Cooper Bartholomew over at first. Older brother was a flyer and a good one. And Isaac Zeff out in right field. James Lee will defend in left, but he will not hit, at least to start this game. Flyers are the home team as the number 1 overall seed. It was going to be close. After Snow Canyon, the final week of the season, Game 1, the Flyers answered back, and then Snow Canyon still had 2 non-region games on a Saturday, and they lost one of them to Lehigh, and that provided just enough cushion for the Flyers to stay as the top seed. Yates is a lefty. You mentioned his numbers. He's been absolutely lights out on the bump from the left side.
Absolutely. His control's been there all year. It's been impeccable. He's at a tune of 1.63 ERA, and it's just a minute number. I don't know how he was able to maintain that ERA this entire season. Just speaks to how elite he's been this year in Utah,
especially
high school baseball.
Especially with 4 region teams here in the final 8. And how, Snow Canyon, they rattle it. Desert Hills, they hit it. Pineview, they can swing it. Crimson, they got some boppers. So there's a lot of firepower in Region 9, so that makes that number even more impressive. You're not wrong. You look at some of the other supplemental numbers on Yates. I mean, the innings pitched, the games played, all those different things. I mean, it's just stellar. And by the way, he's still got a nice batting average as well. And slash line, I mean, his OBP's 461. His slugging percentage is 678. So he's going to be a focal point. And he's hitting 357 on average. Play-by-play today brought to you by Intermountain Sports Performance. There is no offseason. A lot of these players we see across the state in football, basketball, baseball, tennis, golf, it doesn't matter. Get sports-specific training. Their season of speed, their summer speed is on now. Hot shot right off the bat. First pitch swinging, and Max Orton blocks it, throws it over there for the 4-3 putout, 1 away.
Great defensive play to knock that ball down, and the urgency as he's screaming down the line for the Riverhawks to get it over there for the quick putout, 1 away, and we're underway here. Love this. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Blotter
Flyers
grounds out, and here is Nate Dawley, the center fielder. Dawley, just a sophomore, hitting 329. You love it when a young pup comes in and hits over 300. That bodes well for his junior and senior season. Ridgeline lost the regular season title. Bear River was the Region 11 champs. But they seem to be picking up steam coming into this postseason and cruising through the bye week and cruising through the Super Regional in a 2-game sweep over, it was Provo, right?
Yes, Provo, 2-game set.
They put up some runs in those 2 games, too. There's a swing and a miss, and that is an S&S mechanical strikeout, and quickly 2 down as Dawley goes down swinging.
I might want to make an amendment to my Finlay Subaru Star Watch and add an extra player. That's going to be Trey Purser.
Ooh.
He's the 446 hitter with 5 home runs, 7 doubles, 30 RBIs. This is the money man for the Riverhawks.
I remember him from last year. He can swing it. Strong right-handed batter. That one misses outside for ball 1. Yates working quickly with nobody on base. Outside, staying away from Purser. I'm sure Dave Horlocker, the Flyer pitching coach, and Danny Ibsen and the rest of the staff, scouting report is in on how to pitch to Purser.
Between Purser and Kidman, the 2 Finlay Subaru Star Watch players, 11 home runs. These are 2 power hitters for the Riverhawks.
And really no wind right now. And Purser, 400 to straightaway center. 380 into the alleyways in left center and right center. Short porch, though, about 339 to right. Chopper to Vest at short. He'll grab it, one hop it, and easy 1-2-3 inning for Yates. Braxton Yates, no runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We're cruising to the bottom of inning number 1. Underway here, Flyers will send up Ridge Erickson, Boston Vest, Braxton Yates to the plate in a scoreless game when we come back on KSLSports.com and the Fan Sports Network.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Hello? Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court. Red Ledge's Dermatology and Med Spa, specializing in general and cosmetic dermatology, treating acne, rashes, warts, and more. They even do cancer screenings and offer a free chemical pill with your first appointment. So if you need dermatology, think Red Ledge's Dermatology, located just off Snow Canyon Parkway, St. George.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in Southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Hey, welcome back. Kate Field, Devin Dixon, Paul Ratliff. Hanging out the yard here, a little ball and stick. There is Ridge Erickson, the future BYU Cougar. Should look good in blue, similar colors as the Flyers. They got the white pants, the blue tops today. Not often you see a catcher lead off, but he's that good. And that first pitch missing down low for ball one from Hammond, Easton Hammond. Big spot for Hammond here in this one. The sophomore, 3.42 ERA this year. And down low, ball two. Record is 2-3. It's interesting. A lot of teams want to save their ace for the second game on Tuesday because if you win, you've got a chance to throw them, and then they can't come back till Friday anyway. You have them for a state championship Friday or Saturday. But depending on how many pitches they pitch, and now a 3-0 count as Hammond misses again. But a lot of people like to try to get a win with their number two and then save their ace for a elimination game, so they can fight through on a Tuesday. I apologize. I've got some allergies, so if you hear me sneeze, it's my fault, warning in advance. But we're going to battle on here. 3-1 pitch and a chopper to short. And that's gloved. The throw on line and out number one. It's a 6-3 put out as Ridge grounds out to shortstop. One away.
And that's satisfying if you're the Riverhawks, as that's one of the most dangerous hitters in the Dixie lineup, and you put him away with a ground ball out. You got to feel good about that if you're the Riverhawks staff and players, because that's a big out.
Cam Blotter, obviously smooth out there at shortstop, to say the least, on that rather routine play. And here is Boston Vest. Vest hitting from the right side.
Leading the Flyers in basically every statistical category but home runs.
And there's a swing and a drive into center field, and it's a one-out hit for Boston Vest as he knows how to handle the bat. And a sharp piece of hitting right back up through the middle.
Tied for the team lead in RBIs, 9 doubles, 37 hits, good for a .451 average, and that's going up a little bit now because that's another hit through the middle.
No score here early on. First base runner of the game. And first pitch swinging by Braxton Yates, cutting away from the center fielder, and that's going to drop. Back-to-back hits. Cooper Clark has to go get it. Last second, Cooper Clark kind of pulls off of it, decides to take it on a hop.
That was a good play there. As we look back on the replay, it was a nice hit through the middle there, and just gets enough to get out to the outfield, bring 2 runners on, 1 runner in scoring position. And we're about to see the heart of this Dixie order now, and this is about where it gets tough for Easton Hammond.
Yeah, here is the designated hitter, Carter Turley. Moved in about a year ago, and boy, what a bright spot he has been. He can really handle the bat Also a really good catcher, but he just happens to be behind Ridge Erickson of the Dixie Flyers. Here at Cape Field, Salt Lake Community College. And first pitch to Carter Turley from Easton Hammond is a called strike at the knees.
Turley, a .381 hitter, 19 RBIs, 9 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run on the season. So a very accomplished batter and a guy that can really shake up the lineup for the Flyers. And it looks like he's going to be given a free pass on the hit batter.
And that's not good news for Easton Hammond. This is not how you want to start the game against the number 1 overall seed. You got the bases loaded with just 1 out here and a very dangerous hitter in the Levitator, Logan Levitt.
The Levitator, batting .411, 30 RBIs, 7 doubles, 2 triples, 1 home run. The senior.
Yep, another kid that's going JUCO after college, going to join those guys down there at Glendale. Like I said earlier today, for those that might have been listening or watching the Snow Canyon Crimson game, there's 7 or so Region 9 players. I guess Glendale Community College finally got an out-of-state tuition waiver figured out to where they can scholarship some of these Utah kids, so they have been actively recruiting Region 9.
Not a more fertile hotbed in all of Utah than to recruit from if you're a baseball coach.
You know, Park City knocked Pineview out last weekend in a best-of-3 rubber match that went 3. Otherwise, 5 out of the 8 teams would have been Region 9 teams.
Speaks to the depth of the region and the quality of the coaching.
Yeah, you look at, 4 regions in 4A. Cache Valley has 2, Region 9 has 4, and the other 2 regions have 1 each. And a chopper, that's going to go foul.
A chance to put a crooked number on the board here if you're the Flyers, and this is an opportunity that Easton Hammond may settle in later in this game and not give up a bases-loaded situation right away, but this is not a good look for the Riverhawks if the Flyers are striking this early. Because we know how potent they can be, and if they're on, they're hard to stop. Hard to stop from the batter's box.
And this team has been on a mission. This team has been uber-focused. They've had one goal in mind all year, and that's winning the state title. Now, every team here can say that, and every team obviously has had that mentality.
Sure.
Or they probably wouldn't be here. And that got away. This could score the first run of the game, and it does. As Vest comes streaking home, and Boston Vest, who led this inning off with a 1-out single, has scored on a wild pitch.
And Dixie isn't a mashing, launch angle type team. They only have 8 home runs on the year, but they have 53 doubles and are an excellent contact hitting team, and you're seeing that here early. As they're taking pitches, they're making it hard on Easton Hammond, and the ones that they do get the bat on, they're barreling up for singles.
Levitt ready here. Swing and a miss on a full count. And that probably was outside the K zone, but you could tell Logan wanted to go opposite field with that, but he just couldn't find it.
Just taking a swing out there, poking it, and trying to get bat on ball, but just bad location from that pitch and kind of a chase there. A little bit of a chase, but you'll rebound come next at bat.
Here's Trace Franco, and first pitch called strike at the knees. Franco this year hitting .417. He's been mashing. And solid out there in center field as well defensively. High and 1-1 the count. Today's game brought to you on KSLSports.com by UCCU Credit Union. Love where you bank. And on radio by the Boulevard for over 50 years, making your house more like home. Another wild pitch, and it's 2-0 Flyers.
Could be 3.
And here comes the second run, and diving and safe. No, they said out at home. Oh, my goodness. I think they missed that. Danny Ibsen is walking out. I think he got there first. And you saw the umpire that came in is it going to be, they put him back at third, or is it a dead ball and he gets home plate anyway? That might be the conversation going on right now. And they're going to call in the third member of their umpiring crew here. And it's at least 2-0 Flyers, but we don't know if it's 3-0 yet. Do we have that replay, Stockton? Let's take another look at that. If we have it. No, we didn't get it. Sorry about that, folks. But regardless, this call could score the run if they rule it was an extra base and judge that he was already at third. I don't know how you could definitely do that, though.
It's hard.
So we'll wait the crews.
We've seen a few of these crew conversations through the first 3 games or so.
If Danny Ibsen doesn't get this call, he is waiting patiently right now, but he is ready to go out there. Live, you heard my call. I thought he was safe. I thought the tag was a split second late, and we don't have another look. You can probably go back later tonight and look at it again. Really doesn't matter. What matters is where was the ball, where was it out of play, where was the second runner at, and will they count this or will they uphold the call where he was called tagged out at home plate? That's what we're waiting for, Paulie. What'd you see?
I thought it was the right call on the field. I thought he was just a hair too late. But they could uphold this decision or change it. I think it's a bang-bang 50-50, but my opinion of it is I thought the tag was in time.
Wow, we disagree.
We do disagree on this one.
Stockton, out or safe? Stockton says he looked slightly out. So it might have been that close. So we got to give benefit of the doubt to the umpire there. He's in a lot better position than we are, and we don't have a look at a replay. So this is a long conversation right now. And I'm not sure who the umpires are for this crew. I can't tell who's down there. And it's not like I know every umpire's name, but I know some of them. I've been doing this a long time, over 21 years broadcasting baseball here at the great state of Utah, but I don't recognize anybody on that crew.
Coach Ipsum waiting patiently.
Yeah, he is. Now he wants an explanation. Here comes the explanation. And the umpire's going to give it to him. Coach, proving since second grade that he's a good listener. He's nodding his head. He's agreeing. And so far, a pretty civil conversation going on right now.
Nodded his head. Seems like everything's okay. They haven't called him out or safe, though. I'm still waiting on that.
So they're going to put him back. They're going to put Turley back at third. They're going to say that was a dead ball. He can't advance. So it's not going to be out number 2. It's going to be 1 out. That actually puts that runner back into scoring position because you saw Turley. Well, now he's coming back to the dugout. So we're still waiting. We have not gotten any signal. Now Justin Jensen, coach at Ridgeline, is getting his explanation. And here now they've satisfied Coach Jensen, at least for the moment. And so it's going to be a 2-0 lead for the Flyers. We know that much because the 1 run scored. And then the second run came across. That third run is going back to third base. So we'll see if they put 1 out back on the scoreboard or if there's still going to be 2. And regardless, a little bit of drama here early on as Dixie has the early lead, Paul.
I think that second run should count, because it was a pass ball and it went to the backstop and he made it in. But the second one, I understand the second runner can't advance.
I thought maybe he was close to the bag at third, but I don't think he'd rounded it. So they're saying, hey, that's a dead ball. He can't take that extra base and even try to score. So that's why they're putting him back on third base.
Okay.
And now we play on. It's a 2-0 Flyer lead. So the tag at home, it's like it never even happened.
Sure.
Easton Hammond rocks Fires. So an interesting way to start this game. And here's the lefty, and he lost him. Trace Franco draws a walk, and he is aboard.
And I'm always a guy that's thinking forward about pitch counts, and this is a bad pitch count inning for Easton Hammond as he's starting to work up the numbers a little bit with a lot of free passes, a lot of guys reaching base. So not as efficient as a first inning as he'd like and the Riverhawks would like.
Well, a really daunting task to go against the top 6 hitters in this Dixie lineup.
Sure.
The entire lineup, for that matter. He's already at 21 pitches, to your point.
Yeah, he's working quite a pitch count up.
And he's already walked now 2 batters as well, which adds to your pitch total. And they're going to try to swipe a bag. They're going to short throw it, and now they've got him in a pickle. The throw, and now a race. Franco's going to dive, and they're going to throw to third, and so he is going to get second base at the end of the day, and Turley's back safe at third.
Incredible. It looked like he was dead to rights there, caught in the pickle on the rundown, and it just looked as if they thought they had to play at third base, throw it over there.
So second and third base runners now. It's a 2-0 lead for the Flyers. Already 2 hits in this inning. And here's a shot that gets through the left side into left field. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. And it's 4-0 Dixie. Bottom of the first inning on a big 2 RBI hit right there by Mighty Might Max Orton.
Love the Mighty Might as he finds contact, gets the ball to the outfield, and the Flyers are storming around those bases to bring home 2 runs, bring the lead up to 4-0. And this was the lineup. This was the lineup that all the region teams had to go through in Region 9. And the outer region teams starting to see just how potent this lineup is.
Ooh, it might have hit the batter. They say no, but that's going to allow Orton to scoot down to second base. So another wild pitch. That is the 3rd wild pitch in the inning. So Hammond has got to regroup and try to settle in here. Already surrendering 4 runs on 3 hits.
Just 1 out away. Can't allow a rally stop, 2-out rally for the Dixie Flyers, but he's going to hit another batter.
So there's 2 hit batters and 2 free passes, right?
Yes. I believe so.
No, just the 1.
Just 1.
3 free passes. Regardless, Dixie still can go to work here, as now they've brought 9 batters to the plate. You always love that in the first inning.
Keep the line moving.
Oh, and Hammond plunked him again, and now the bases are loaded, and Hammond hits his mitt on the leg in frustration with himself.
Yeah, he's showing a little frustration on the mound there, as let a few batters get away, now hit a few batters, and it's starting to unravel a little bit for Easton Hammond. A little conversation, Luke Udy conversation on the mound there.
Yep, appreciate Luke Udy. See how much Luke can save you. Udy and Associates, your local American Family Insurance agent in St. George. Give him a call. Give you a free quote on your home, auto, or life insurance. So Justin Jensen doesn't come out there to try to calm him down. He's going to let his catcher Purser handle that. Which sometimes a teammate can be just as effective as a coach, depending on the situation. And there he responds. A called strike at the knees on the outer half to Ridge Erickson. It's going to screw up my scorebook already as the Flyers bring Ridge back to the plate here in the bottom of the first inning. 4-0 lead. Bases are loaded. Nowhere to put them. 0-1 pitches nibbling on the edge. Strike 2.
Good response here from Easton Hammond, as he's definitely been battered around, hit some batters, walked some batters, but showing resilience here with 2 straight strikes and a chance to end this inning right here, right now.
Yeah, he can't worry about anything but a strikeout, which is not easy to do against a hitter with Ridge Erickson's prowess. And a chopper, that's foul, strike 1.
The last thing that Hammond needs is to get into a 8-9 pitch at bat with Ridge Erickson, and a guy that's capable of doing that. But he needs a quick put away here.
Well,
he really does need a quick put
27 games. Guess how many strikeouts Ridge has on the season? 7. That is it. And that's roped down the line. That's a fair baseball. It's a Coral Canyon extra base hit for Ridge Erickson. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Here comes the 3rd run. He empties the bases. It's a 3 RBI double by Ridge.
Clearing the bases, and he's off to second base himself with another extra base hit. And what a day for Ridge Erickson already. Always playing great behind the backstop, but contributing on the offensive end. Kind of spotlighted him in the pregame as the glue guy, the guy that holds this team together. And he's a leader, and he's on base already.
And now 7-0 Flyers. That's what the number 1 seed can do to you. They can jump out on top of you that quick. And there's a lot of baseball left. This is bottom of the first inning, but you got to wonder how much longer you can roll with Hammond if he can't get the next guy or 2 out. And there's a swing and a drive, and this one's into the alleyway out there, and it's going to 1-hop to the fence, and it's 8-0 Flyers. Boston Vest, already his 2nd hit of the game, had a single and scored. Now he's got a double with an RBI.
Boston Vest with the emphatic fist pump to the dugout, and he's fired up, as is the team. Flyers flying high right now, up 7-0.
And here
5
comes
hits.
Justin Jensen, and that's it. You can't wait any longer And the only good news is Hammond only threw 32 pitches, so he can come back on no day's rest if you need him tomorrow. And I think that's part of the reason why you go get him right now. We got a pitching change. We'll step aside. Easton Hammond getting roughed up a little bit. His day is done. We'll see if the bullpen can keep Ridgeline in it, shut the door on Dixie, and then go rattle the bats. But already 8-0 on the Wilkinson scoreboard. Flyers have the lead.
Remember when Down East was all scratch and dent furniture, your go-to for dorm rooms, kids' rooms, and first homes? Well, the times have changed, and Down East has changed with you. Down East is proud to offer our beautiful collection of high-quality furniture designed to elevate your space and make a statement. From stylish sofas and dining tables to cozy bedroom collections. If you're starting fresh or looking to upgrade, Down East has everything you need to create the home you'll love.
Red Rock Real Estate has over 200 professional realtors in the St. George area that specialize in the local market. Whether you're buying your dream home, looking for an investment property, or want to sell your home for the highest amount, the Red Rock Real Estate team is here to assist you. Get started now by visiting redrockrealestate.com.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
All right, welcome back, Flyers. Woo! Doing some good work. We already had a controversial play where the pitch from the pitcher's plate goes out of play. The base runners got awarded one base from their position at the time of the pitch. So the crew, instead of calling a tagged out play, put him back on third, and now the rally has continued, and you look up, and it's 8-0. But the crew got the call right, Paulie. A rip shot off the bat of Braxton Yates, and the reliever comes in, and we haven't even had time to talk about the reliever, Christensen, but he gets one pitch, one out, and finally Ridgeline is out of the first inning.
Finally extinguishes the Dixie threat that was really looming large on the Riverhawks, but they get out of it with 8-0 on the board as I look out in center field.
8 runs on 5 hits. Ridge Erickson's double. Scoring 3, the big play in the inning. We'll take the break. We'll be right back. We'll see if Ridgeline can start rattling the bats against Braxton Yates. They trail 8-0 on the Wilkinson scoreboard. Glad you're with us on The Fan and KSLSports.com.
Here at Custom Lighting Solutions, we provide the perfect answer to lighting your home and property.
No matter the occasion, you can trust our product to make your house fun and beautiful.
Interacting with the patients is one of the things that I enjoy the most. If we can understand what the patient's looking for, then we can help them to accomplish their goals. And ultimately, we'd like to make them happy.
As multiple generation builders exclusively in southern Utah, Devin, Craig, and James Sullivan of S&S Homes were born in St. George and have been building exceptional homes since 1980. S&S Homes has 8 neighborhoods with homes for all stages of life. If you're ready to take a tour of one of our move-in ready homes, visit sshomes.info.
Hi, I'm Jermaine Jegman from The Rink, and I'm inviting you to come out and skate The Rink. The Rink is the hot spot in town for big group events and kid birthday parties. We now have a karaoke room and retro skate night every Friday night. Visit skatetherink.com to learn more and let the good times roll at The Rink.
Own property and want to rent it? Then you need the right team with 11 years of local experience, a staff of over 25 employees, and a 4.9 Google rating. Aim to maximize your rental income and find quality tenants while keeping turnover low to increase your revenue and truly maintain your property. Learn more at redrockpropertymanagement.com.
Hey, Region 9 sports fans. This is Matt Hickman with Academy Mortgage, a proud sponsor of Region 9 football. I would be honored to help you with your next mortgage, whether it's purchasing a home, building, or refinancing. Hey, I'm wide open. Let's connect for a touchdown.
Well, 12 batters got plate appearances and 8 runs score. And now the Ridgeline Riverhawks got some catching up to do. We'll see what they can do against Yates. First pitch and gloved Another sensational glove. We've seen some pitchers make some great defensive plays. That's a Mountain Land Supply Defensive Play of the Game nominee. How about that?
Agile off the mound and just snaps it up. Braxton Yates just shows his athleticism there.
You know what I love? I love how quickly he raced to the bag to make it a soft underhand. He's leaving nothing to doubt. This is the state tournament. No
That's
mistakes.
Right.
He
no
sprints
balls on the ground
to make it an easy underhand toss over there. That's an experienced pitcher, and that was one of our keys to the game. Now hot shot right through the middle off the bat of Bodie Hansen, and that's the first hit of the game for Ridgeline.
Well, yeah, Bodie Hansen, the guy we highlighted in the pregame, as a guy that's hitting over 350 on the season. They really needed a hit from anybody right now, and Bodie Hansen delivers and gets the line moving for the Riverhawks for the first time in this game.
You need a lot more of those, but it's a start. You'll take it, and now here is Cale Kidman. And there's a first pitch swinging, and that's a chopper foul. It's Fabulous Freddy's foul ball. Appreciate Fabulous Freddy's. Coupon books will stay on sale till mid-June, Father's Day weekend. So if you got some grads, they got a car to drive off to college, and need some Fabulous Freddy's car wash, stock up, make a great graduation, or make a great Father's Day gift. Dads always like to keep their car clean, right? Your dad big on keeping the car?
Yep.
Don't want to get caught. Mr. Ratliff doesn't like getting caught riding dirty.
Doesn't.
Who sang that rap song, Paulie?
Riding dirty. I think that's Nelly.
Okay.
Is that Nelly? Riding dirty? I don't know.
You know the song.
I know. I've heard it.
Yeah. 1-1 the count here on Kidman. 1 on, 1 out. Top of 2. Flyers lead 8-0. Yates. Bender. I think that slider snapped back and caught the outside corner. Beautiful pitch there from Mr. Yates. How comfortable is Yates now? 8-0 lead his team just got him.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of run support for a guy that has a 1.63 ERA, so it's going to be an uphill climb that begins now for the Riverhawks as they are down 8-0, allowed 5 hits, 2 walks, 2 hit batters in that first inning.
How about a hot start for the Flyboys? And now you got one of the best pitchers in the state pitching comfortably with the lead. You couldn't have scripted a better start for Dixie if you're Danny Ibsen.
Not really. There's no more desirable outcome than what's already happened. You know, to be up 8-0 after 1 inning with your best pitcher on the mound, you're hoping that it's smooth sailing from here.
And a beautiful pitch, swing and a miss, and Kidman goes down. It's an S&S mechanical strikeout. That is strikeout number 2 on the K meter for Mr. Yates.
Yeah, Yates is really firing it in there today. He's really touching the outside corners, the painted zones, the tough areas to reach as a batter. And he's attacking. He's not shying away. He knows he's got good stuff, and he's going after it.
Just a beautiful hot day. Temperatures now have risen up in the 80s. Doesn't feel too hot unless the sun's out, the cloud cover. Paulie got a little sunburn. He was running camera for the Park City Timpanogos game, and he said, It got hot out there. You never took your jacket off, I noticed.
I did. I've kept my fan quarter zip on the whole time.
You didn't want your arms to get sunburned like your cheeks.
I didn't want the farmer's tan, yeah.
No, Stockton doesn't get sunburned. He's
naturally tan, yeah.
We'll see how Blake handles the sun. He doesn't even have a hat on. Blake gets some nice shots. Let's check in on Blake. How's camera 2 looking? Oh, look at that tight shot from Blake O'Rourke. We're going to have fun. The crew's going to be up here all week. We're going to do somewhere between 14 to 17 games this week. And this is just game 3, guys. Again, if you're just tuning in, our Nets on Fire scoreboard, building champions on and off the court. The 11 o'clock game this morning goes to Snow Canyon in a rematch of the state championship. Last year they beat Crimson. And there's a Fabulous Freddy's foul ball. And then Timpanogos lets Park City tie it up in the top of the 7th, only to walk it off on a Livingston RBI triple, scoring the base runner all the way around to home from first base. Exciting finish for Timpanogos, and they just called a balk on Yates. And emphatic, and I think also the correct call, and Yates is giving no argument there. They caught him. But you're up 8-0, 2 outs. But for the first time today, you do have a runner in scoring position.
With a capable hitter at the bat, and Tyson Smith, a .297 hitter 5 doubles.
And he pulls that one down the line, and the goose egg is off the board. It gets all the way to the wall down there at the 335 mark. It's an RBI double for Tyson Smith.
Just saying how he had 5 doubles. How about 6 as he sends it into the corner where nobody can get to it quickly as the flyer left fielder running a long way to – or right fielder had a long way to run there and not able to get there in time for a run to come across.
Extra base hit brought to you by Coral Canyon Golf Course. Next time you're in St. George, make sure and tee up your next round, 435-688-1700, 435-688-1700. You want to call and get some tee time for this week? You can also go to coralcanyongolf.com and book your tee times online. First pitch here to Thompson. Ben Thompson, the first baseman, in for a called strike at the bottom of the K zone, so Yates is ahead in the count. Thompson, another righty in the Ridgeline lineup, swinging and a miss, and the slider, he couldn't find the barrel on the baseball. That slider has some nip to it. As the kids would say, that's dirty.
Fire. That's fire. You ever heard that one from the kids?
Now I have. You just told me about it.
Okay. Well, I'm 30, and I've heard that one a little bit. So.
Well, you've heard, I've heard in fuego a lot, which is the same thing.
That's right.
Just different language.
That's right.
It's usually, it's like when a guy's hot from 3, he's in fuego, you know. You don't like cliches, though, Paulie.
Cliches, I can take them or leave them.
And there is strike 3, a backwards K, as Thompson caught looking, and that'll do it. So they do give up 1 run on 2 hits and leave 1 out there on base, and the Flyers take a really commanding 8-1 lead into the bottom of the second inning when we come back to Cape Field, home of the 4A State Baseball Championships all week long. Stay with us on The Fan and KSLSports.com.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars.
Hey, back live here. First pitch to the Flyers is just out on the outside part of the plate. He gave him that strike call. And we haven't even really got a chance to talk about Christensen yet. He came in relief of Hammond, and one pitch closed the door right when we were about to start talking about him. What's the numbers coming into the season for Christensen, you might ask? Well, we've got them for you right after this pitch. And it is strike 3. So Christensen, the sophomore, who has a 9.00 ERA. He's only made 3 appearances, looks really dialed in as the wind's starting to whip down on the field.
Yeah, Christensen comes in after Easton Hammond really gets in some trouble for the Riverhawks, but now coming in, the saving grace, and here they come. If they can get some run support for him, they might be back in this game.
Only 2 1/3 inning of varsity work. You got to believe he's pitched a lot at the junior varsity level this year. He's
good-looking pitch.
An up-and-coming guy, and for Coach Justin Jensen to go to him in this game, he's got to believe in that right-handed arm of the young sophomore.
We saw it in the first game. Another sophomore, Madden Smith, for the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs, played 5 innings of 3-run balls. So, been some young guns pitching today.
And he's throwing a lot of strikes. He's already ahead in the count as Logan Levitt takes that for a called strike, too. Now he tries to get him to chase something that was darting away out of the zone, and Levitt fights it off foul. Hey, appreciate some of our great sponsors. Our stats today brought to you by Down East Furniture, getting to see the popular feather sectional. I got one upstairs in my house. Absolutely love it. And a swing and a miss, so back-to-back strikeouts for Christensen. That's 3 strikeouts in the game for the Ridgeline pitchers.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Christensen was supposed to be stashed for tomorrow, and they just kind of saw that it was a 8-run game, and it was kind of a break glass and use in emergency situation, or
Hansen and Swan are the most innings pitched. Swan is a junior; he's worked 35 2/3. Hansen, the senior, 48 1/3. Purser's already also thrown 17 innings, so they've definitely spread the innings around a little bit here, and maybe they're it's just a feel thing with who they want to go with in each situation. Some teams want their ace out there, stay on that winner side of the bracket right in day one. Some like to try to win with their number 2 and save their ace for a potential elimination game in game 2. There's a lot of different theories. At the end of the day, these coaches know their guys better than anybody, and they're going to make the best decision for their team to go out there and try to win.
Sure. Absolutely.
And if that one's fought off out of play off the bat of Trace Franco. Got a free pass back in the first. And Franco later came around and scored. And that one fouled off again, up and out of play. Appreciate Finley Subaru. Go see the All-Star lineup on the Savings side of the freeway. Got some summer travel, Memorial Day travel later this month. Make sure you get in for the AC tune-up. And there's a rip shot laced into left field. Franco's going to take a look at 2, and he's going to boogie down. Here comes the throw, and it's going to keep going. Franco's going to go for 3, and he's going to be safe, sliding in feet first as the ball was cut off in front of the bag. And it is a 2-out triple for Trace Franco.
Kind of a misplayed in the corner there, allowed it to dribble to the wall, as we see on the replay here, as it's going to go way, way back and just not enough space for the left fielder. And he makes a little bit of an error on the ball and able to extend it to a triple.
And he's got wheels, doesn't he?
Yeah, he can get out there and go. He's had, I want to say he had 7 or 8 doubles already this year, a guy that's shown that he has speed on the base pass.
Because that was hit so hard, and it's on turf, you got to remember this is a turf field. That, with the wind and as hard as he hit the bat exit velo, that just skipped all the way past the left fielder to the wall, and that leads to a triple for Trace. Love the way that kid's handling the bat, hitting way north of 400 this year. Another guy that's got next level written all over him. Can't remember where Trace signed at. I'll check on that.
Dixie taking some, as I like to call them, healthy cuts early. You know, they're really looking to send the ball out of this ballpark here at Kate Field.
Yeah, it's an aggressive plate approach, correct?
Yeah, it is.
Fought off by Mighty Max. Max's dad, Dusty, played basketball and baseball collegiately back in the day. Orton gives it a ride into center field, but it's tracked down nicely out there by the center fielder Cooper Clark, and that is out number 3. So the Flyers do leave 1 on base there. No runs on 1 hit, 1 left on base. And we are through 2 full innings, and it's 8-1 Flyers on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. Back to Kate Field. More coverage after a message from our great local sponsors.
Relatives coming to visit? Not enough room? Or maybe you're looking to host a family reunion and need a house with a pool? Well, Red Rock Vacation Rentals has got you covered. From 2-bedroom condos to 10-bedroom luxury homes, they truly have something for everyone. Plan your perfect getaway or staycation. Visit St. George, Utah, vacationrentals.com.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Devin Dixon, Paul Ratliff, the entire crew here on the Fan Sports Network, KSLSports.com. 8 runs on 6 hits, no errors, and 1 run on 2 hits. No errors so far as we're through 2 innings. And here comes Ridgeline, ready to try to get things going. This is Hayden Hansen, the second baseman, the number 9 hitter in the lineup for Ridgeline. Had a little something brewing last inning, got the 1 run, got on the board. And we'll see if he can get this jump started here as he puts a charge into this one. It's going back, and it one hops over the wall. I believe that is a ground rule double. They're going to put him back on second base, and that's how you start an inning if you're the Riverhawks. What a swing and a drive by Hayden Hansen.
Yeah, Hansen setting the table for the rest of the lineup. No outs here in the third inning, and he's able to just jolt that ball way to the warning track. And the ground rule double, and he's on. And this is a scary time for Dixie as they've got the 8-1 lead, sure. But the Riverhawks have started to get a little traction these last couple innings. So let's see if they're able to do anything more with this inning.
Well, mention how many runs they score per game in the pregame show. It's a team that can score it. We didn't know how they would fare against an ace like Yates. And so far, Dixie in good shape, leading 8-1. The third hit off of Yates, and that one gets away from Vest into center field, and that's going to allow Hayden Hansen to take third base.
Yeah, it was a high throw by Ridge Erickson, a very, very, rare mistake from a guy like him, but it was a high throw, and I don't think that there was enough time to get that tag down, even if he was able to get it there.
Rare indeed for Ridge. He does not make mistakes often at all. I was just going to see how many putouts Ridge has on the year. He's one of those guys you don't really like to run on, and there's a grounder to second, and they'll take the out and trade a run as Hayden Hansen, after the double, scores to make it an 8-2 game. Here comes Ridgeline chipping away a little bit.
That double was sharply hit to deep center, and kind of the spark plug for this inning here for the Riverhawks. Maybe they can get something going as, a sacrifice to bring in a run. They still got 2 outs to play with. I'd love to see them try and be aggressive here, swinging some balls, try and drive one deep.
First pitch swinging again, and that's going to get up the middle for another base hit. Off the bat of Nate Dawley, the left fielder, who had struck out his first AB, not this time, as he takes that first pitch. It's a C&I single.
And all of a sudden, the Riverhawks have collected 4 hits on the game, and it seemed as if after that slow start, it'd be really hard to even touch Braxton Yates today. But they've kind of found the formula, and we're back to the top of the order, I believe. No.
Purser, the number 3 hitter.
No,
Dawley's
catcher.
the number 2 hitter there.
Okay.
8-2.
Purser, the guy with 5 home runs on the year. This is a guy that can put a charge into a ball in that wind blowing out.
Have not seen a Cache Valley Bank home run yet today in either the previous 2 games. Snow Canyon beat Crimson 3-2, and Timpanogos beat Park City 3-2. If you happen to miss those games, maybe you're working, weren't by your radio or by the live stream, glad you're with us for the Flyers and the Riverhawks. Washington County versus Cache Valley. Region 9 versus Region 11, however you want to shake it down. These 2 teams have had some rivalries. Ridgeline, in fact, has had some great rivalries with some teams in southern Utah. Had a really good football team the last couple of years.
Yeah. They were impressive this year on the gridiron. Saw them up at the state semis. They were up there.
Yeah.
At University of Utah.
3 years ago when they won it, they were really good. That was one of the best offenses I've seen. Jeremy Livingston, their offensive coordinator, does a great job. So creative with this play calling. There's another hit up the middle into center field, and runners on the corners here with 1 out. And Ridgeline still continuing to swing a hot bat right now as Purser singles for the first time in this game.
Now 5 hits on the scoreboard as they really are starting to see Braxton Yates a little bit as he looked untouchable through the first 2 innings. But now really it seems as if the Riverhawks, through that second time in the order, starting to see him a little better.
Purser's at first. Dawley's at third. Clark is at the plate. 8-2 lead for the Flyers. We're in the top of the 3rd inning with 1 out. Clark 0 for 1. He grounded back to Yates, who sprinted over and soft-tossed it underhand to first for an easy out. So Clark looking to keep the bats hot for the Ridgeline. Wind again, Paul, you just mentioned it, but it is blowing out to left. So if he gets one up in the air and pretty good barrel on it, this could tighten this game up a lot with a couple runners on base.
Yeah. Big opportunity here. Riverhawks just one out. This is still plenty of prime catching up time to do.
And there's a chopper back to Yates. Yates looks at the runner. Silhouette spin. Throws to Bartholomew at first and gets out number 2.
Looks as if Yates made a long look at second. He wanted to get that lead runner but knew the play wasn't there. Makes the smart play, tosses it over to first. And now 2 outs, 2 on. Still 2 in scoring position for the Riverhawks here. They've got to navigate. If you're Dixie, got to navigate out of this with any further damage. And if you're the Riverhawks, you're trying to send one over the wall right now.
And Bodie Hansen is that guy. And it's a rip shot through the left side. 1 run will score. They'll send the runner from second. The throw comes down to the bridge. Erickson, who missed the swipe, and he is safe. And it's an 8-4 game. It's a 2 RBI hit by the right fielder, Bodie Hansen, who's 2 for 2 on the day.
Yeah, Bodie Hansen is a guy that was batting over 350 before the game started. It's a couple ticks above now as he just barrels that one up to the outfield. And what a good throw, but just the missed tag by Ridge Erickson. That's 2 mistakes, the high throw to second and now the missed tag.
I don't think it was Ridge's fault. I think the ball just came in late, and so he had to try to swing it, but it was not in time. I just think you're throwing back into the wind from the outfield. It wasn't a bad throw. It just was a little late. But I thought they wanted maybe an interference call there as now Cale Kidman steps in. And another duck on the pond. Already 3 runs have scored here in the top of the third for Ridgeline. Giving themselves a chance to itch back into this game with 2 outs. They're looking for a rally stop, 2-out rally here once more with Kidman at the dish.
Braxton Yates, been a guy with the 1.63 we talked about in the pregame, his ERA, but that's going to be a little inflated today, already giving up 4 earned.
And a swing and a shot back up the middle, and another run will score. They will not throw home. They'll hit their cutoff, and it's an 8-5 game, and the hits keep coming for this red-hot Ridgeline team. We got a shootout on our hands for the first time today, Paulie.
We're going to see Danny Ipsum come out and talk to Braxton Yates as he needs to cool down, just take a moment here.
He's almost throwing too many strikes over the zone here.
Yeah, just throwing up balls that are getting barreled up, not meatballs, still good pitches, but a lot of fastballs down the center cut parts of the plate. And the Ridgeline Riverhawks are seeing the ball right now and hitting everything.
And they are trying to bat around here as we're in the third.
They came into this inning with 2 hits, 4 behind Dixie at 6. Now they're tied with 6 hits apiece.
In fact, they have batted around as Tyson Smith led off this inning with a hit, and now he will be the batter. So this is the 10th batter that Yates will face here in the bottom of the third inning, and it's an 8-5 flyer lead. But the bats are awake for both teams from the get-go in this game here in the 4A state championships. Game 1 here at Salt Lake Community College for the Flyers, the 1 seed, the Ridgeline Riverhawks, the 8 seed. One more game later tonight. That'll be the 4-5 matchup as Desert Hills and Bear River will collide. That'll be another Region 9, Region 11 tilt. And that first pitch just missing ball 1. Yates has 3 Ks so far, but he's given up 4 hits in this inning. Check swing, and did he go? No, he did not, as they appeal.
And 2 outs now. This has been one of the bigger. Wow, and another one barreled up right up the middle, up the gap.
And the hits keep coming for Ridgeline. And nobody has hit Yates like this all season, Paulie. This is impressive. And they're right back in this game and still looking for more here. As now you got runners on first and second. And that's 2 hits in the same inning for Tyson Smith. Wonder how many times he's done that in his young career.
And a lot of this has come with 2 outs. It's been a huge rally stop, 2-out rally for the most part.
Inside, Erickson thought about a snap throw down to first, but holds on to the baseball behind home plate. They called that a strike on the inside zone. So 0-1 pitch coming here from Yates. And a good block by Ridge as that one's down in the dirt. 1-1 the count.
How the complexion of this game has changed, though. Everything was coming easy for Yates in the first 2 innings. 1 pitch outs, ground outs, pop outs. But now he's fighting, struggling tooth and nail for every batter here.
Yeah, he just wants to get out of this inning.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. And might have got a piece. Foul tip in the dirt. By the way, Yates all of a sudden is up to almost 50 pitches. And another one in the dirt. That pitch puts him at, I believe, 49 right now. Yates. The delivery. Swing and a miss and got him. And finally the inning comes to an end as Thompson strikes out for the second time today. So Thompson, unfortunately, was 2 of the outs here in the third. But Tyson Smith got it going, tried to keep it going. In between, a couple big hits from Bodie Hansen, Trey Purser, Nate Dawley, and all of a sudden Hayden Hansen as well. And this is a big-time bounce back as Dixie's lead is cut down to 8-5. Flyers lead by 3 on the Wilkinson score. We'll take a 60-second timeout. We'll be right back.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Red Ledge's Dermatology and Med Spa, specializing in general and cosmetic dermatology, treating acne, rashes, warts, and more. They even do cancer screenings and offer a free chemical pill with your first appointment. So if you need dermatology, think Red Ledge's Dermatology, located just off Snow Canyon Parkway, St. George.
And back live here, and a leadoff hit by the Flyers as they try to answer right back. And after 2 low-scoring games, we got a shootout brewing here. 8-5 Flyers. Leadoff hit by Bartholomew. And here is Isaac Zeff. That's what you like from Coop, first baseman for the Flyers.
Yeah, as the Mighty Might puts one out into the outfield. That was a deep shot. If there was a little more wind, probably gets out of here, but not able to get it all the way out. But still, on first base. And Flyers, after giving up 4 last inning, need to respond a little bit here, I would figure. Need to put some runners on base and get the line moving.
Isaac Zepp hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. Bartholomew over there first. Christensen in relief of Hammond. High and tight. 1-1 the count. Flyers got 8 in the first. Ridgeline bounced back with 1 in the second, 4 more in the third. So we're bottom of the third. 8 runs on 7 hits, 1 error for Dixie. 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Ridgeline. Christensen, and good pitch and a swing and a miss for strike 2 to Isaac Zepp.
Zepp, just a .245 hitter on the season, but 3 doubles, 6 RBIs, and 22 runs. So when he gets on base, he's pretty fast, can get moving. let's hope for him he can get on here.
A swing and a drive, but right to third. They'll try to double up over there at first Bartholomew, but the throw is not in time. And out number 1 as Zeph lines out to third.
Good. It's just unlucky at bat there as you hit something hard right at a guy. You know, the exit velocity was high on that hit, but it was right at the third baseman for the Riverhawks for the easy put away.
Here is Ridge Erickson. He's already 1 for 2 with 3 RBIs and a run scored. Third AB of the game coming here in the bottom of the third inning. Flyers lead by 3. Ridgeline rocking the deep blue jerseys with the white R on the chest and the white pants. Dixie white pants in the baby blue, accenting the royal blue.
Yeah.
And a shot to short. And Blotter comes up with the throw over there for double play. No. They do get the lead runner, but they don't get the relay in time. Nearly an outdoor patio furniture double play, but just a little late there. But like the thought right there, Paul.
Ridge Erickson booking down the line. Big man, the catcher, normally not known for their speed. He beats out that throw. Keep the double play off.
The thing that I like about BYU recruiting Ridge Erickson is Trent Pratt was a catcher, a longtime assistant with Mike Littlewood, but he caught at Arkansas, if I'm not mistaken, in college. So he knows a good catcher when he sees one because that's the position he played. So now here is Boston Vest. He's 2 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored as well. 2 outs, though, 1 on. Flyers lead by 3. Boulevard bringing you our radio coverage for over 50 years, making your house more like home. Buy smart, buy at the Boulevard. And our streams coverage brought to you by UCCU Credit Union on KSLSports.com. Boston Vest won a home run. Brought to you by Cache Valley Bank. It's into the alleyway, and it's going to die out there. The wind hurting that one. Looked like he was trying to go oppo, but that didn't even get to the warning track. It's just a fly out to right. And we played 3 full innings, and the Flyers' lead is 3 on the Wilkeston scoreboard. Back after this 60-second message from our local partners.
Relatives coming to visit? Not enough room? Or maybe you're looking to host a family reunion and need a house with a pool? Well, Red Rock Vacation Rentals has got you covered. From 2-bedroom condos to 10-bedroom luxury homes, they truly have something for everyone. Plan your perfect getaway or staycation. Visit St. George, Utah, vacationrentals.com.
Hi, I'm Jermaine O'Jegman from The Rink, and I'm inviting you to come out and skate the rink. The rink is the hot spot in town for big group events and kid birthday parties. We now have a karaoke room and retro skate night every Friday night. Visit skatetherink.com to learn more and let the good times roll at the rink.
Inspired design. Ultra quiet operation. To you, it's a Bryant Evolution cooling system. To us, it's the ultimate machine.
All set.
For the dealer nearest you, visit Bryant.com.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Back at the ballpark here on the Fan Sports Network. Devin Dixon, Paul Ratliff. Thanks to The Rink. Looking for something fun to do? SkateTheRink.com. And by Handel's Homemade Ice Cream. Best ice cream on the planet. Open late 7 days a week. And we appreciate the City of St. George Rec Center. The journey for your kid's sports career starts at sgcityrec.org. By the way, their June Summer Sports Series features a week of basketball, a week of soccer, a week of volleyball. 4 different weeks, 4 sports. Sign up today before it's too late for one low price at sgcityrec.org. Stockton Jukes producing our game. Blake O'Rulin's running the camera. Paul and I up here bringing you the action. Glad you're with us on the radio or the live stream. And the first pitch from Yates is a good one. Is it nibbles on the corner for a called strike 1?
Would love to see how Yates responds in this inning after kind of the big inning by the Riverhawks. And his 1.63 ERA is put to the test a little bit today. May not be a perfect number, but he's gonna battle. He's gonna show some grit here. He's a resilient kid, but
swing and a miss, and down he goes. Hayden Hansen, who doubled and scored, strikes out here in the top of the fourth for out number 1.
Just 3 big pitches. I mean, he's really locked in again, it looks like, as the first inning, second inning, third inning was different, but now he looks like he has those first 2 inning form.
This is pitch 55 for Braxton Yates, the senior. And it misses outside, ball 1. And that, maybe the slider, the change, I couldn't tell, had a little movement. It took a little off the velocity, and it breaks back over the outside part of the plate. Another pitch, but this one starts further out and never got back. So 2-1 the count here on Cam Blotter, the leadoff hitter, getting his 3rd at-bat of the game. And 3-1, Yates with nobody on base is working quickly.
Quick to the plate.
And that one, a called strike at the bottom of the K zone. Count rolls full, 3-2.
This is another big pitch here as I look for him to put him away.
And a swing and a chop shot that does get a piece to stay alive.
Start to have his mojo back again when you're referring to Braxton Yates. He's really pitching with pace again. The power pitches, the inside stuff, inside the zone.
And a Fabulous Freddy's foul ball up and out of play. Don't forget Big Gas Savings at Fabulous Freddy's. Locations in Vegas, 2 in St. George. Of course, they've got one in Lehigh. I usually stop at the one on Main Street in Lehigh, one up here. Another one in Sandy. Slow roller to short, vest, no problem. Throw across the diamond. Head first slide. You like the effort from Blotter, but he's still called out.
Like the effort. I love the head first slide into first. Never see it very often, but there it was, and just not enough time to get there in time. But now we got 2 outs for the Flyers, and it looks as if Braxton Yates has found his form once again.
Yeah, Yates, we have not seen Yates give up a big inning like that in region play all year this year.
But like you said earlier, the Riverhawks can score, one of the more potent offensive teams in the state.
The 2-0 pitch looked like Dolly was kind of taking the whole way, and it's a strike. Bottom of the K zone. Yates working quick again. Swing and a miss. 2-2 the count.
That ball just dive bombed to the bottom of the zone, fooled the hitter.
Appreciate Intermountain Sports Performance. There is no offseason. Get sports-specific training. As there's a big-time strikeout as Dolly goes down. It's an S&S Mechanical K. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Ks now for Braxton Yates.
Yeah, Braxton Yates really been tuned in this inning after last inning was the big one, put up the crooked number for the Riverhawks, but he comes out, responds, and shuts the door down in this inning.
It'll be Yates to lead off in the bottom of the fourth, then Carter Turley and Logan Levitt. When we come back, Flyers have an 8-5 lead on the Wilkinson scoreboard.
Red Ledge's Dermatology and Med Spa, specializing in general and cosmetic dermatology, treating acne, rashes, warts, and more. They even do cancer screenings and offer a free chemical pill with your first appointment. So if you need dermatology, think Red Ledge's Dermatology, located just off Snow Canyon Parkway, St. George.
Hey, Region 9 sports fans, this is Matt Hickman with Academy Mortgage, a proud sponsor of Region 9 football. I would be honored to help you with your next mortgage, whether it's purchasing a home, building, or refinancing. Hey, I'm wide open. Let's connect for a touchdown.
As multiple generation builders exclusively in southern Utah, Devin, Craig, and James Sullivan of S&S Homes were born in St. George and have been building exceptional homes since 1980. S&S Homes has 8 neighborhoods with homes for all stages of life. If you're ready to take a tour of one of our move-in ready homes, visit sshomes.info.
Remember when Down East was all scratch and dent furniture, your go-to for dorm rooms, kids' rooms, and first homes? Well, the times have changed and Down East has changed with you. Down East is proud to offer our beautiful collection of high-quality furniture designed to elevate your space and make a statement. From stylish sofas and dining tables to cozy bedroom collections. If you're starting fresh or looking to upgrade, Down East has everything you need to create the home you'll love.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. KSL Sports, Fan Sports Network, Devin Dixon, Paul Ratliff, Blake O'Rulen, Stockton Jukes. Get used to us because us four, we're going to be rotating. You'll hear from all of us throughout the entire week, bringing you the entire 4A state tournament. We got a house for the week, huh, Paulie? We're up here.
Yeah, we're all set up.
If anybody's got any good suggestions for food in the Taylorsville, West Jordan area, tweet me.
Been recommended. We love recommendations.
At Dev Dixon.
Yeah.
There is the Bear River Bears. They have entered the stadium here at Cape Field. They will be the next team to play against Desert Hills. And Yates leading off here. 0-2 pitch. He fights that one off out of play.
This game's pace moving a little faster than the last one.
By the way, I think there was a dugout warning given to Ridgeline. And a pop-up out into left field and camping underneath it and finally squeezing it was the left fielder, that is Nate Dolly.
That was shot high into the sky. Dolly had to wait a long time under that ball, but he settles under it, makes the play, and really has stabilized since Easton Hammond left the game for the Riverhawks. That first inning, if they didn't have that first inning, think where they'd be right now, realistically.
Do have some Nets on Fire score updates from early in the day. 3-2. Snow Canyon gets a little revenge on Crimson. Lost to the state championship to them last year, but they win today. Tight one.
3-2 as we saw a pitcher's battle throughout that entire game. Kyson Goats going the distance.
And they went with Madden Smith, who didn't pitch a varsity inning all year, and he actually gave them a really good performance.
I was really impressed by him.
Gave him a chance to win, but Crimson will have to fight through that one-loss side of the bracket. They'll play Park City tomorrow at 11 a.m. Snow Canyon will play Timpanogos because Timpanogos walked off a 3-2 win as well and walked off Park City after Park City had tied it in the 7th. Also, you've got starting right about, let's see, 8 minutes in the second quarter, Boston leading Cleveland 46-37. Oh, and they got him. Free pass or to hit him? I couldn't tell. Turley is aboard. I think he got him in the left arm area. Yeah. So Turley hit by a pitch. And he is aboard. So Spider Mitchell and the Cavs. Jazz fans probably not rooting for Spider anymore. Also, Rangers Hurricanes 3-1. Rangers trying to close things out tonight. They look good. Igor in the net.
Yeah, Igor Shesterkin looking great.
I always say his first name because I can never say Shesterkin. The Levitator, Logan Levitt, stepping in from the right side.
Also, the Thunder Mavericks on tonight. Stars Avalanche.
That's a big game for the Thunder in Game 4, down 2-1 in that series. You're right. And that one gets away on a wild pitch or a pass ball, and Turley's going to have second. They're going to throw behind him, and good catch there to not let that get into center field. But Turley is back to the bag at second base safely.
Took that wide turn. Kind of thought about going to third and forced that throw to second.
By the way, tomorrow, if you tune back in, we're gonna reposition one of our cameras. We're gonna go out to center field, give you some different looks. You don't have to look at that netting with camera 2. Paulie was out there trying to find a power source.
We made 2 trips.
And we couldn't find
Checked it twice.
Any power, and we didn't bring enough extension cords. So, but we're going to have a little different camera angle for me. If we can't make it work in center field, we'll get beyond the netting for you. So, day 1, working out some kinks here, but glad to be bringing you the coverage here. 2-1 the count now to Logan Levitt. Christensen, the sophomore, in relief. Hadn't pitched a lot of varsity innings at all this year, but he has done a really good job on the back end after Easton Hammond got chased for those 8 runs in the first. And they had to go get him.
Yeah, they had to. They were forced to do it, and we've seen some young pitchers step up. You mentioned Madden Smith, and now the Riverhawks getting a young flamethrower to step up for him as well.
Levitt, 4.11 batting average this year. Jagan Levitt, his older brother, is actually one of the assistant coaches. He played at Pineview, called all his games back in the day, had some good teams. And then he went and played for Coach Fatenauer at Dixie State / Utah Tech. And Levitt takes that strike, and now full count. He was clearly taking there on a 3-1 pitch, and Christensen delivers a strike, nibbling on the corner. Payoff pitch coming. Blotter playing a little cat and mouse out there behind Turley. He's not going anywhere, and that's behind the head of Levitt. That snap didn't snap.
Yeah, it didn't break back and just goes over the head and free pass given. And now Flyers with 2 runners on. This is the biggest threat they've posed since the early innings. It's been all Riverhawks lately.
Well, they did have that triple by Franco with 2 outs, but then they couldn't get that 2-out hit.
To score him, yeah.
Yeah. So all 8 runs did come in the first. Later we'll select our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game, brought to you by AWP, the Playmakers in the appliance business. Shop local. I always like shopping local. And why pay more from the box stores when you get the service and shop local at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart? They've been with us for years, supporting high school sports in various ways.
Yeah.
Including here on the Fan Sports Network. 1-1, that last one high. And I just mentioned Franco, last time up, ripping that triple. Oh, he's seeing it well in this game. And the throw down is going to be not in time. And I thought maybe Purser had him.
Yeah, I thought he was there. But we disagreed earlier, so now we're agreeing.
You thought he was safe or out?
No.
You thought the tag was there.
The one at home I thought was there. But
Yeah.
you thought that one wasn't there, but we agree on this one. I think he got him that time.
Close. Seen some close plays. It looked like what Purser was thinking there. And then a shot up the middle, just trying to slap it through. They look the runner back. They throw to first, and they get Franco for out number 2. So runners on second and third now for Dixie, leading 8-5. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning here on the Fan Sports Network, and Max Orton will be the batter.
Christensen has really stabilized the Riverhawks run here. Without him coming in, this game could have been a 10-0 game. It could have been one of those type outputs.
And you kind of wonder if Justin Jensen doesn't wish he wouldn't have got a little earlier.
That's right. Maybe 4-0, 3-0.
They could have been tied or something of that nature here. But you can't second guess it. You got to play on.
That's right. Hindsight's always 20/20, as they say.
But he has done a great job. That's the point. I mean, this sophomore's come in, and he's been dealing.
Yeah.
But a little something brewing here for the Flyers. See if they can get a Rally Stop 2-out rally. Stop by and fuel up. Grab a snack, some drinks at your local Utah Rally Stops. Proud sponsor of the 4A state tournament here on the network.
Because they probably put Christensen in thinking this is mop-up duty. This is going to get away from us. But then for him to not allow another run and to put 5 on the board at the same time is the dream scenario for the Riverhawks.
Max Orton, 1 for 2, 280 hitter. 18 ribbies, 4 doubles this year for Mighty Max. You like that because I heard you call him. You like what I did with that.
Yeah, sometimes I like what you put out there.
Well, I've been hearing, CSI or College of Eastern Utah likes him. Maybe the Snows, the CSI, some of those schools. Max is not very big, but boy, he's a good player. Really good defensively, but he does fly out to center field, and that'll end the threat. So the Flyers can't scratch another one across, and we go to the 5th. And we got a tight one, 3-run game, 8-5. Dixie has the lead on the Wilkinson scoreboard back in 60 seconds on the Fan and KSLSports.com, presented by the Boulevard and UCCU.
Red Ledge's Dermatology and Med Spa, specializing in general and cosmetic dermatology, treating acne, rashes, warts, and more. They even do cancer screenings and offer a free chemical pill with your first appointment. So if you need dermatology, think Red Ledge's Dermatology, located just off Snow Canyon Parkway, St. George.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await, Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back at the yard here, Cape Field. Every year, last year we had some games at BYU, had some games at UVU. Snow Canyon won a state championship on this field, though, the last time Coach Sechrist got a title. So it's been a friendly place for the Warriors, who won earlier today. But the renovations, the turf, they've definitely put some energy and some money into the field here. And the Bruins, obviously, tough loss in the region championships, didn't get the bid to move on. They lost to College of Southern Nevada last weekend. I was tracking that game a little bit. Won game 1 in the best of 3, then lost game 2, and then lost in extra innings in game 3. And there's a shot off the bat, and that is a bullet by Purser. That's going to get all the way in one hop to the wall. Purser's going to take a look at third. He's going to go for it. Here comes the relay, and it is not in time. It's a leadoff triple for Trey Purser, the hard-hitting right-handed catcher.
And he looked like a locomotive rounding those bases. That's a big fella getting down as he slid into third. And big, powerful body, 5 home runs on the season. He's a bigger-bodied kid, as you can see, and he definitely
– They're putting coal into that locomotive.
That's right. They're bringing in a pinch runner for him because he's probably a little gassed after that long run.
Well, he's also the catcher, which is a typical move to give your catcher a break just because they're working as hard as anybody except maybe the pitcher, maybe even harder than pitcher.
I think the stance, holding that stance for an entire game is harder than what the pitcher does.
Yeah.
That's just my personal opinion because I know I can't do it personally.
Like a goalie in hockey, right?
That's right.
You're always in that crouch position. Your quads and your calves and your glutes are burning.
Yeah.
8-5, and Purser leadoff triple. Now quickly 2 balls. You look at the pitch count up to 72 and counting for Braxton Yates, the Flyer lefty ace. Rocks, fires, and delivers a strike down Broadway.
Didn't get it in because Purser hit the ball so quickly, but what do you think about these short sleeve hoodies? Purser was rocking one, the hoodie out the back of the jersey.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
it's kind of been a fad with the kids these days.
Logan Levitt's rocking one, third baseman for the Flyers.
The hoodies, the short sleeve hoodies. I don't know how I feel.
You like them. You like the fashion.
I'm into the shoe game.
I love hoodies.
I'm in the shoe game.
I've been a big vest guy lately.
I know.
I must be getting old because I even wore a vest this morning, but I took it off at about 20 minutes after setting up equipment this morning. It was already too hot to wear a vest this morning.
Seen that as
I swing and a miss, and down goes Cooper Clark.
And it really has been Braxton Yates finding his groove once again, as it really got scary for him after those back-to-back innings where the Riverhawks were getting a bunch of runners on. It seemed as if he wasn't himself, but now really settling in.
That is the 7th S&S mechanical strikeout for Braxton Yates, and a swing and a miss by Bodie Hansen, the right fielder, who's got a single and a double, 2 runs scored, and 2 RBIs. He's been very productive.
Yeah.
You were kind of trying to figure out, is it Purser, is it Hansen, is it Kidman? Like we were talking about all these guys that...
Yeah, they got 3 guys batting over 350, and all 3 of them have shown the ability today and the propensity to hit the ball.
Wind continuing to blow out to left, and that one's driven out to left field, going right near the wall, and it gets out of play. It's a foul ball, and everybody will retrace their steps.
A lot of carry on that ball. That one, if it was just a few feet over, might have gotten out of this yard.
This west wind,
it's deceiving a little bit. It's kind of hard to read.
It probably is close to a fair ball with no wind, don't you think? That wind pushed that foul. I thought it when he barreled it up that it was going to have a chance to stay fair, and it just didn't. Oh, and he got him. So Bodie Hansen is aboard, hit by a pitch by Yates.
Because the wind is whipping right to left on your radio dial, and it's coming in this way to the right, and it's pushing everything foul.
Well, we haven't really talked about how much the wind can affect the pitcher too.
Yeah.
Like for a left-handed that's throwing a curveball or a slider, that wind can actually provide more snap, but it makes it harder for your command and your control.
Sure.
So you have to adjust. And a balk. And that'll score a run. 8-6. Yeah, that's the second balk of the game. And here comes Danny Ibsen. Slow walk out of the Dixie Flyer dugout. So Bodie will take second, and Purser will come home on the balk. And the pitch count right now is under 85, and I don't think that's the bigger concern. I think Coach Ibsen wants an explanation on why he's called now the second balk of the game.
Yeah.
Did he come to rest and then step off? I didn't see exactly what happened. I wasn't watching closely. I was catching up in my book. The hands came apart? Okay. Double clutched it. That was the signal the umpire kind of gave us. It was the clutch into the mitt there. So regardless, it's a balk and a run scored, and it's a 2-run lead for the Flyers now. And Ridgeline is right in this game as we are in the top of the 5th. Dixie has not scored since the first inning when they put up 8 runs, and Ridgeline is chipping away. And they got a duck on the pond here for Kidman, Cale Kidman. And a foul straight back, Fabulous Freddy's foul ball. Don't forget, big gas savings. Every time you get a car wash, get 20 cents off per gallon gas. Doesn't matter what octane, doesn't matter if it's gas or diesel. You save, and those coupon books are on sale. And so you get those for 30% off. You use the books, the car wash book, and then every time you need to fuel up, you get a car wash, and you can definitely save some money. If you got a big diesel truck like me, Paulie, it probably saves me, I don't know, $5-6, 20 cents off a gallon every time I fuel up at the pump with the big gas savings.
Big gas savings. I love Freddy's because at Maverick, Sinclair, some of these other places, you see 85 octane gas standard. But at Freddy's, it's 87.
Right.
Get that extra 2.
Strikeout, they did have to throw down to make sure as it got out of the middle ridge, no problem. And then a strikeout number 8 for Yates. Kidman's second K on the day. And here is Tyson Smith, who Yates has not gotten out yet in this game. The number 7 hitter in the lineup is 2 for 2 with a single, a double, and an RBI.
Tyson Smith, just a 160 hitter on the season as well.
Yeah, he's come up big today.
He's really delivered for the Riverhawks.
So Smith, can he stay hot, or can Yates work out of the jam? Yates sitting right at 85 pitches, so it looks like Yates is going the distance. They're not going to try to keep him available on 2 days rest. He'll have to have a full 3 days rest. Of course, we'll see him in the field, and we'll see him in the 3 spot in the batting lineup as long as the Flyers are playing baseball here at Cape Field. Sun's peeking out from some clouds.
Flag starting to flutter a little less vigorously out there in center field, so maybe this wind dying down just a little bit.
It's been a windy day. The morning game was blowing the opposite direction, though.
Sure.
Then it died down the entire second game. There really wasn't a lot of wind to speak of, and now it's picked back up this afternoon. We'll see what the nightcap brings. That next game coming up, Bear River and Desert Hills. Of course, the winner of this game will play the winner of that game tomorrow. The losers of these 2 games will play on the same side of the bracket. The 1-8 and the 4-5 seeds. 2-1 the count. Or excuse me. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes, I believe. The scoreboard
says 3 strikes.
Yeah, that's not correct. I think it's 1-2 count.
Yeah, I think you're right.
1-2 pitch, we'll call it. Swing and a foul tip into the dirt. Still got Bodie Hansen at second base. The tying run is now at the plate here in the bottom of the 5th. 6 unanswered runs by Ridgeline to cut the lead to 8-6. If you tuned in late, Flyers got 8 in the first. They got to Easton Hammond. They went to Christensen on the back end. He's been great. And the bats have started to come alive for the Riverhawks.
Riverhawks been chipping away ever since the second inning.
Yep.
And they find themselves late in this game with a runner on second base, just down 2 runs. So this is what I was talking about, earlier on in the game, that you had to get Easton Hammond out and hope for the pitcher that came in.
And a swing and a drive into center field. Franco has a beat on it and makes a running catch as he hits the turf. That is out number 3. A defensive top play nominee by center fielder Trace Franco.
Mountain Supply defensive play of the game nominee right there as he laid out full extension for that baby and ranged over a long way to get it too. A lot of speed, a lot of coverage, a lot of land covered by that man, and the Flyers get out of it with a 2-run lead.
It'll be Orton, Bartholomew, Zeff, 7, 8, 9 hitters. When we come back, bottom of the 5th inning, Flyers have the lead, but it's a lot closer, 8-6. Ridgeline has chipped away and has a 2-run deficit. See if the Flyers can go get some insurance runs when we come back on the Fan Sports Network and KSLSports.com.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Inspired design. Ultra quiet operation. To you, it's a Bride Evolution cooling system. To us, it's the ultimate machine.
All set.
For the dealer nearest you, visit Bryant.com.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dive.
Back here at Salt Lake Community College, turf field, windy afternoon, day 1 of the Elite 8. There's 8 teams. It all went chalk, 1 seed through the 8 seed, all here after the regionals and super regionals, no major upsets. And Cooper Bartholomew, first pitch swinging, flies out to center field, and quickly the Flyers have one retired.
And Isaac Zepp steps in. He's a guy that down the order a little bit. This is that time when you need that timely hit. We talk about timely hitting all the time. This is a time where you're only up 2 runs. You would love to add on a third insurance run, and no way to do that without anybody on base. So Isaac Zepp needs to set the table here.
Zepp officially 0 for 1 today. He is a .245 hitter.
Yeah, can swing it a little bit.
3 doubles this year. Not a power guy. Really good out in the outfield, though. And that one's a fabulous Freddy's foul ball. I want to thank Red Rock Real Estate, our replay sponsor for our streams. From land to luxury, real estate focused on you. Visit redrockrealestate.com. Our stats today brought to you by Down East Clothing. Get in to see their popular feather sectional. Perfect for hosting your guests on game day. For furniture that feels as good as it looks, 245 North Reckless Drive. I think they have 9 Utah locations. There's one up here pretty close to us off Bangerter Highway. 3-1 the count now on the number 9 hitter. And he walked him. A rare free pass given up by Christensen since he came in the first inning in relief.
Yeah, he's been nailed since he's come in. But Isaac Zepp with the great eye there, working the count and not swinging at any garbage and getting on base for the Flyers, who are looking to add an insurance run going into the top of the 7th after this bottom of the 6th.
And a guy at the plate, Mr. Ridge Erickson. 1 for 3 today with 3 ribbies and a run scored.
Bases clearing triple for Ridge Erickson earlier in this game. If you missed it, going to be one of our nominees for the AWP Playmaker Play of the Game.
I agree. Today's game brought to you by Dealer Collision, proud sponsor of Region 9 and the State 4A Baseball Championships. Remember, you choose who fixes your car. If you've been in a minor collision to a major accident, Dealer Collision, your choice for collision repair.
See what Ridge is able to come up with here for the Flyers.
It'll be interesting to see. And that one gets away. And Zepp is going to scoot down to second base. And now a runner in a scoring position. And Ridge took ball 1. That looked like it snapped off. A little too much spin out of the hand from Christensen.
The ball didn't get too far away, but Zepp with his incredible speed got a great jump on that, was out the gate immediately and made it easily to second.
Christensen looks at Zepp at second, comes to the plate with the pitch. High, 2-0 the count. Don't want to make a mistake here with Ridge. If he pulls one into left, it could be a Cache Valley Bank home run. Haven't seen a home run leave this ballpark today. Again, 400 to straightaway center, 380 to the alleyways, about 340 down the right and left field line. It's a junior college ballpark, so a lot of room here. You gotta get one. Got some guys in this lineup for both teams that can definitely hit one out here, though, especially the left. Ridge, though, gets under this one, lifts it into center field. Should be no problem out there for Clark, and they will tag the runner, and he is diving safe into first as that's cut off. But 2 outs.
One more out to get if you're Christensen, and man, we have seen some young pitchers today really step up in big spots for their teams after.
You know what? We've seen that over the years. Like, you get to the state bracket.
It's all hands on deck,
Yeah.
I understand. But at the same time, when a young guy does something noticeable, I'd like to shout him out, you know, because they'll be with us for a few more years. We'll be seeing these same kids that are making impacts today in later years.
When Dixie's had their fair share over the years, guys like Cooper Vest, hitting walk-offs, Chunner Nyberg, who's now on the coaching staff, coming in as a freshman, winning state championship games. This one hit well off the bat of BV, and Boston Vest is going to get this one as he beats Clark. It's going to be an RBI triple as Vest is going to be safe at third base. How about another look at that one as Vest is seeing watermelons at the plate?
Yeah, man, that was just launched like a projectile off the bat, and it just lands harmlessly in front of the center fielder, right against the back wall for the easy triple. And a lot of speed around those bases, too, as we saw Vest rounding. He knew he was digging for 3 all along.
Great job there, Blake, getting that zoom in out there as you see Clark going to the wall to get that one. And now a rip shot. And here come the Flyboys as Yates has an RBI single, scoring Vest from third.
And the resurgence of the offense. These are the first runs we've seen since the very first inning of this game. And it's a good time to add on some insurance runs and pack them on late.
And it's all with
Flyers.
2 outs, Paulie. That's a rally stop, 2-out rally.
And Christensen maybe, experiencing a little fatigue here, getting tired towards the end of this game. Probably was called upon before he was really expecting to go in with Easton Hammond kind of blowing up in the first inning. So now he's trying to mop up and starting to show a little bit of fatigue.
Yeah, and a lot of the Flyers seeing him for the third time now. It's always advantageous to kind of get a feel for the pitcher that third time through.
And all that, yeah.
So 10-6 our score now after the Flyers get back-to-back RBI hits by Vest and Yates. And they're going to try to swipe a bag. The throw from Purser is not in time. And he gets into the outfield. And Yates is going to pop up, and he's going to be safe at third. Flyers not done yet. And that looked like it hurt. It was a pretty good collision there. I think that's Hayden Hansen, the second baseman. They kind of that slide, he was on the bag, and boom, there was some contact there on that stolen base attempt by Yates.
There was.
Looked a little ginger, but he's walked back over to second. He's not coming out of this game or anything. But it didn't look like it felt too good.
No. Be one that hurts in the morning, I'd say.
And called strike there to Carter Turley. Turley hitting 381. Season average coming in tonight. 1 home run, 1 triple, 9 doubles. 19 runs batted in, to Turley's credit. Big cut, and that one's pushed up, and it's a Fabulous Freddy's foul ball down the first baseline out of play.
If you're Christensen, the ideal situation here, you've already let the lead balloon from 2 to 4. You got to hold it at 10-6 here if you're a Christensen and the defense behind him, because if another run gets tacked on, Dixie could just keep going in this 2-out rally stop, 2-out rally.
Another foul tip there. 1-2 the count now with 2 outs. A lot of this damage coming with 2 outs. Glad you're with us here. Presented live stream coverage by UCCU Credit Union, love where you bank, and Boulevard Home for our radio audience, we've been our presenting sponsor of Sports on the Network all year long on the simulcast today. We'll be on the simulcast again, radio and video, same place you're watching or listening to now for the nightcap, Desert Hills and Bear River. It's number 4 seed Thunder, number 5 seed Bears in the final game of the day on a Monday. It's a scheduled 7 o'clock start. Here's the Christensen pitch and popped him up, but that's going to get out of play as well.
Christensen battling. You can tell that he's getting a little towards his limit here.
Christensen is at 70 pitches. He's coming in. He came
second?
in. No, it was
in the first.
Yep. Yeah. He came out and got 1 pitch, 1 out. Remember that?
That's
that
right.
1 pitch. We didn't have time to talk about him there at the end of the first because on the first pitch, he got a ground out.
That's right. Came and relieved Easton Hammond with 2 outs in the first. You're right. And he's cruised along pretty well until just about now as the Flyers finally getting to him a bit.
It's exactly 4 innings of work here. And trying to paint the edge and doesn't get the call. And the count now full to Carter Turley.
And this is a huge pitch in this game as this lead is still within reach for the Riverhawks. And this is a big pitch, a decisive pitch for Christensen. I'd look for him to bring his best stuff right here.
Yeah, but chasing 2 is a lot better than chasing 4. You certainly don't want to be chasing 5. If you find some green grass here, it will certainly score a run, and that's a pop-up, giving chase, going back near the dugout, and gets on top of the dugout. It's another foul ball. Everybody will reset. Count stays 3-2. Appreciate Handel's Homemade Ice Cream. Best ice cream on the planet.
What do you go with at Handel's?
I love the Graham Central Station.
Okay.
But they had last fall I got a peach ice cream, seasonal, one of their peach ice creams, and it was so delicious. I don't know if they only bring that in the fall or what. I gotta maybe we'll find one. There's a couple up along the Wasatch Front, including one on Bluff Street, St. George. And there's a good AB as Turley tries to fire up the dugout as he draws the walk.
Yeah, motion to the dugout with a fist pump. You knew he was pretty pumped up about that one and it's got to be disheartening for Christensen after fighting that long battle with Turley to lose him and walk him and now be at a fresh count again with a brand new hitter.
And here is Logan Levitt. L&L 0 for 2 today, but hitting .411 coming into the tournament.
Yeah. Another short sleeve hoodie guy.
You keep mentioning that. I think you like that look. When he tries to pull that one, maybe trying to use the wind to his aid, but foul. 0-1. Stepping back in. Christensen ready. Comes to the plate with the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Levitt. Going to see a little bit of some outside the zone stuff I'd expect here from Christensen.
And the runners will go, and they'll give him second base. Turley without a throw from Purser. It's a Finley Subaru swiped bag. Swipe a good deal, FinleySubaru.com. We're on the savings side of the freeway. 1405 Sunland Drive. Here's the 1-2 pitch, high, 2-2. Looking for more. First time the Flyers have scored since that 8-run explosion right out of the gate in the first inning. They've got 2. Got 2 more ducks on the pond here. Runners at second and third with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And this one's fouled out of play. Everybody will reset. Strikeouts all tournament long, brought to you by S&S Mechanical. Need a little AC tune-up before it gets hot in southern Utah, call S&S or go to SNSairconditioning.com. Check out all their deals on their specials page on their website. high, and the count full again. So Christensen pitch count now, I believe, is at 80. This will be pitch 81 coming to Logan Levitt. Do have an open base, but you'd love to get out of here with the K if you can. Logan wants to send one, and he does send one, but foul. Pulled that one down the line. It looks like Levitt is trying to pull the ball.
Yeah. Swinging hard and heavy. Looking for something to squeak down that line and clear these bases and give them that 12-6 lead.
10-6. We're in the fifth. 2 on, 2 outs. Full count here to Levitt. The swing and the pitch is looped out to right, but lifted too high. And the right fielder camping underneath it, and he makes the catch. Bodie Hansen squeezes it into the glove, and that'll do it. But the Flyers do get 2 big insurance runs here. They're now 6 defensive outs away from advancing on the winner's side of the bracket here in this double elimination 4A baseball bracket. On the Wilkinson scoreboard, 10-6. Big RBI hits there by the number 2 and 3 hitters, Boston Vest and Braxton Yates. We'll be right back.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Inspired design. Ultra quiet operation. To you, it's a bright evolution cooling system. To us, it's the ultimate machine.
All set.
For the dealer nearest you, visit Bryant.com.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Glad you're with us on your Monday night. We are up here at Salt Lake Community College for a baseball tournament all week long through state championship Saturday, where we will see somebody dogpiling on the pitcher's mound or at home plate in dramatic fashion. And both these teams want to get there. And right now, Dixie inching closer to a nice Monday win, up 10-6. 10 runs on 9 hits, 1 error for the Flyers. 6 runs on 9 hits, 1 error for the Riverhawks. Already, you look at some of the Downey statistics. Multi-hit game for how about Boston Vest? 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Yates 2 for 4 with an RBI. Ridge 1 for 4 with 3 RBIs. And Max Orton also 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Ridgeline, Purser 2 for 3. Bodie Hansen 2 for 2 with 2 ribbies. Smith 2 for 3 with an RBI as well. But Ridgeline's going to need a few more big plays and a few more runs to cross home plate if they're going to come back and win this game. And we do have a new pitcher into the game. It is Logan Levitt, so we've got some defensive substitutions. So Logan has come over from third to pitch. That'll do it for Yates. Jake Andreas is now at third. Yates is now in left field. So those are the changes with Logan Levitt coming in, right-handed pitcher who's got some velo. And he can change his arm angles. And he will face the leadoff hitter this inning, Ben Thompson, the number 8 hitter in the Riverhawks lineup. And quickly count goes to 1-1 after a ball and a swing and a miss.
Now that Yates' day is done from the mound, I thought I'd say that he really was a bulldog out there after having a couple of those unsettling innings and allowing some runs, not something he's accustomed to. Like you were saying, he never let up an inning like he had in the second inning in Region 9. So,
not with
really
the 1.63 ERA.
Yeah.
He's been pretty stingy.
Yeah.
But still in line to get his 6th win of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And a chopper foul. the final numbers on Yates pitching: 5 innings, 9 hits, 6 runs, all earned, and 8 S&S mechanical strikeouts.
Was still pumping the zone and hitting his spots, but some Riverhawks definitely barreled up some of his pitches and made some plays out there. And
full count payoff pitch, and this one's ripped. Vest going down, getting it, throws it from his knees, one hop and got him. Wow. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Are you kidding me, Boston Vest? He's having a mammoth day at the plate and flashing the leather. That was absolutely brilliant.
And that's another Mountain Land Supply Defensive Play of the Game nominee as we see it here on the replay. Great shot from Blake as he gets the great, just from the knees. One hopper.
But it was almost
in time.
The hop was perfect so that it wasn't a tough dig for Cooper Bartholomew over there at first. And a chopper just foul. That you don't, I mean, shortstops obviously, you a lot of times have your most talented athlete play shortstop. But that's a next level play. That's why he's going to play for New Mexico State, is plays like that, not to mention the bat.
Logan Levitt really attacking the inside on these Riverhawk hitters. I've seen from his first 6 or 7 pitches, he's really gone inside, attacking that inner half.
And a swing and a miss, and got him. Levitt comes in, gets a ground out on a sensational best play and throw from the knees, and then a strikeout.
Blotter coming in now for the Riverhawks, stepping into the batter's box.
Yep. And this is top of the order. Last chance. Oh, and he got him, beamed him. Free pass there.
And that'll put a runner on for this top of the lineup, as we're going to see Dolly, Purser, Clark, Hansen all potentially come up, and those are their prime hitters and done a lot of damage today.
And you didn't want to hit him in that situation. Blotter was 0 for 3 on the day, even though he's a good hitter coming into today. And, 263 average. Now you put some speed on the base pass. It looks like he's taking a second, walking off the bag, kind of collecting himself after getting hit. Now he's fine. He's on the bag. Over there at first base. Levitt will have to try to regroup. Snap throw. Back in time, but that was actually fairly close. So first pitch coming in this sequence now. Another snap throw, so no pitch. Levitt wanting him to know I'm paying attention.
That's right.
Pretty sizable lead again. He's going. And Ridge Erickson, do you want to test him? No, you don't. Got him. Ridge Erickson, one of the best in the biz that I've ever seen come through Region 9. They try to steal with Blotter, and he's hosed.
The best defensive catcher I've seen in my 7 years in Region 9 is Ridge Erickson, and he shows it right there with that laser to second base.
And another Mountain Land Supply top play nominee.
Yeah, we've had like 7 or 8 of those today. So many to choose from come the post-game show, but incredible play.
Bottom of the 6th when we come back. Flyers lead 10-6. Incredible play by Ridge Erickson. We'll be right back.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Everyone loves local sports and, of course, loves ice cream. And the best ice cream on the planet is Handel's Homemade Ice Cream. Open late every day of the week with dozens of delicious flavors. So after your favorite team wins, head over to Handel's to celebrate with locations in St. George, Layton, and Woods Cross.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, here to Cape Field, Salt Lake Community College. Devin Dixon, Paul Ratliff, and we got the whole crew, Blake and Stockton. helping out. We're going to be here all week long. We still got one more game coming up after this one. And Flyers can try to go track down maybe more insurance runs here. They lead by 4. It's still Christensen out there pitching in the bottom of the 6th inning since he came in the 5th. His pitch count getting up there, but might be able to go the rest of the way. I'm sure Coach Jensen would love him to go the rest of the way, so he didn't have to bring anybody in out of the bullpen and use any more pitches, especially if they end up losing this game and have to try to battle back through that one-loss side of the bracket. Trace Franco to lead things off, and quickly 1-1 after that foul ball. And off the end of the bat, slow roller out there to second base to throw over by Hayden Hansen in time for out number 1. 4-3 put out.
Tricky pitch there. Kind of had a weird delivery to it, and it slowed down the pace of it. Kind of just rolled over to the second baseman. Easy put away, and Riverhawks cannot allow any more damage in this inning if they want any chance of coming back. So they got to hold the runs at 10 for the Flyers.
Christensen, 86th pitch, and it's a strike right down the middle. And this is Max Mighty Orton, 1 for 3 today, with 2 RBIs and a run scored. Second baseman for the Flyers takes that ball outside, 1-1 the count. We're in the 6th. Ridgeline down to their final 3 outs offensively. Dixie, the home team, is the 1 seed. A hot shot right to the shortstop, Cam Blotter, who makes a nice play.
Very good play. Another Mountain Land Supply Defensive Play of the Game nominee, as we've seen quite a few from both sides today on the replay here.
So a ground out and a line out.
Screamed at him.
Yep.
And he caught it.
And sometimes you just hit it hard right to him, but that was going away from him. And I don't think Christensen wanted, with 2 outs, to hit Cooper Bartholomew, but he does, and he trots down to first base. That is the 1, 2, 3, 4th hit by pitch. 2 by Christensen. 2 actually were by Easton Hammond, the starter. That's 4 hit by pitches taken by the Flyers today. You add in the walks, another 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8 free passes. Tough to win a game when you've given up 8 free bags, isn't it, Paulie?
Yeah, really hard.
And here is...
Most of those weren't even Christensen's. 4 of those were...
One walk and 2 hit batters were
Hammond's.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
3 of them.
Isaac Zeff is the batter here with 2 outs. Today's game brought to you by Outdoor Living, luxury outdoor furniture on Bluff Street. They're going to be moving soon, though, so go take a look. Probably got some nice discounts going on your outdoor patio furniture. And by the Awning Company as well. Get that sunshade in that backyard. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Isaac Zepp. And it's fouled straight back, 0-2. Had a beat on it. Just got the bottom of the baseball, couldn't barrel it up. Sun ducking in and out of the clouds here on a partly cloudy day at Cape Field, Salt Lake Community College. Wind still probably 20, 22 miles an hour, I'm guessing. And they're going to try to swipe a bag. The throw from Purser is in time, and they got him. So a smooth inning there for Christensen. A ground out, a line out, and then a throw out after he hit a guy. And that erases the inning. And now we go to the 7th. 4 to tie. Chasing 4 when we come back on the Fan Sports Network and on KSLSports.com.
We love giving back to our community, and over the
As multiple generation builders exclusively in southern Utah, Devin Craig and James Sullivan of S&S Homes were born in St. George and have been building exceptional homes since 1980. S&S Homes has 8 neighborhoods with homes for all stages of life. If you're ready to take a tour of one of our move-in ready homes, visit sshomes.info.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Relatives coming to visit? Not enough room? Or maybe you're looking to host a family reunion and need a house with a pool? Well, Red Rock Vacation Rentals has got you covered. From 2-bedroom condos to 10-bedroom luxury homes, they truly have something for everyone. Plan your perfect getaway or staycation. Visit St. George, Utah, vacationrentals.com.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
Hey, we're back. Welcome, everybody, to the 7th inning. This has been a long game. This game started at 4:30 on the button. I guess 2 hours almost long. And we finally reached the 7 of this 7-inning scheduled game. Winner will await the winner of the nightcap tonight between Bear River and Desert Hills. Loser of this game will get the loser of that game tonight. So both these teams will probably, maybe the players will go get some food and the coaches will stick around, or the players will get some food, come back, do a little scouting, win or lose.
Yeah.
He's got to get another game tomorrow.
That's right. Always want to scout the new opponent.
Two teams will be out, though, tomorrow. We'll have two more out on Wednesday. And we'll just keep playing it from there. It's so difficult to come through that one-loss side of the bracket unless you have oodles and oodles of pitching. We're going to find out. Some teams are going to have to do that.
Good-looking pitch there.
Yeah, 2-2. Logan Levitt in relief, working quickly here. And a swing and a miss, and that's an S&S Mechanical strikeout as down goes Nate Dolly.
And you can feel the Flyers start to feel it here as they're just 2 outs away from a victory. And the number 1 seed has definitely delivered. They looked super strong in the early portions of this game. Led a few runs, as it wasn't Braxton Yates' sharpest game, but they still are able to prevail most likely here, up 10-6.
Well, and this is a red-hot offense for Ridgeline that really swings it. And we saw them come in and swing it today and get some runs off Yates. Unfortunately, the starting pitching wasn't there to complement the bats.
Yeah.
And so they had to play from behind all game, and they got to do it here if they're going to try to tie this game. And this is the critical out probably here for Levitt. It's Purser, 2 for 3 today. And they beamed him. Got him in the, looked like the left hip or the tailbone area. And that's the second hit batter by Logan Levitt since he came in the 6th inning.
Purser been a guy, obviously last at-bat tripled and cleared the bases. So maybe not a horrible move there.
Well, that run doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So Levitt's got to go to work on now. The cleanup hitter, number 6, Cooper Clark, the center fielder, who was 0 for 3 today. Grounded out twice to the pitcher and then also struck out. And that's a good pitch as Levitt's ahead. 0-1 pitch. And that paints the outer top corner of the K zone. Strike 2. Ridgeline down to their last 2 outs in this game. As we move to the evening portion, that's a hot shot to third. Gloved throw to get the lead runner. The relay, not in time. Nearly an outdoor furniture double play ball.
We've seen a few turn today, but that one going all the way to the hot corner, to second, to first, that's a lot of time. And a quick runner getting down the line. So
that's a good play by Jake Andreas. You know, he's only been out there playing defense.
Yeah.
An inning and a third, and he makes a play like that and almost started that double play. But still life for Ridgeline as they can't roll it up. They would have ended the game. And now here is Bodie Hansen. And Hansen would love to find a little green grass and keep his team alive. The 1-0 pitch in for a called strike on the breaking ball. And it's 1-1 the count now. Coming up, we'll have the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show. It'll be a pretty quick, short postgame show because we got to spin it around and get you ready for, got to get lineup cards, get our books filled out. Desert Hills, Bear River, but we'll hand out some awards. It's all brought to you by Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, Dr. Cody and staff. number one choice for parents in Southern Utah for their kids' dental needs. This could do it. Vest, grounder, flip it underhand. Game over. Flyers win it 10-6.
And what a game from the Flyers. Showed a little bit of everything. Showed some hitting in the first inning with the 8-run outburst, then some dominant pitching in the middle innings, and then just closing it out with the levitator, Logan Levitt, bringing the heat as he hit a couple batters but struck out a few, got a couple ground outs, and gets the save in relief. And what a dominant effort from Dixie.
60-second timeout, and we clean it all up in the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show. The final on the Wilkinson scoreboard, 10-6, Flyers win.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
Red Rock Real Estate has over 200 professional realtors in the St. George area that specialize in the local market. Whether you're buying your dream home, looking for an investment property, or want to sell your home for the highest amount, the Red Rock Real Estate team is here to assist you. Get started now by visiting redrockrealestate.com.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Back here on the Fan Sports Network and on the live stream. Glad you're with us here. It's a final as we welcome you officially into the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show. Got a lot to do here rather quickly. Let's run down the itinerary here for postgame show. We've got 4 or 5 awards to hand out. And then, of course, we'll get you all the final Down East furniture statistics. Real quickly, though, if you just tuned in, Snow Canyon winning 3-2 today, and then Timpanogos winning 3-2 today. So there's 2 winners joining Dixie now after winning 10-6. And one more game to come tonight. That'll be Desert Hills and Bear River. We'll get to thoughts on that one in a second. But first, Paul, your thoughts on this one. Flyers got that great start, and then we saw Ridgeline make things interesting, cut it to 2, then a couple insurance runs late. 10-6 final, Dixie wins.
Yeah, this game kind of ebbed and flowed a little bit as there was high points and low points for both teams, but Dixie obviously triumphs with the 10-6 victory. And it was Braxton Yates in the early parts of this game was locked down, shutting down batter after batter. But then Ridgeline kind of found their stride, got some hits in the middle innings, tightened things up. But then the Levitator comes in and shuts the door on the Riverhawks and maintains that 4-run lead. They had that 2-run inning that made it a 4-run game. It was 8-6, and then they piled on 2 more runs in the 6th inning to make it 10-6. So dominant effort all around by Dixie, I thought. They had some slip-ups, but a really good game all around.
Boston Vest, the Finley superstar of the game. Is that your vote? I mean, 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs.
Yeah, I would have to say so. I mean,
2 RBIs.
Ridge Erickson had that bases-clearing triple with that pickoff play at second that I liked when he threw that beautiful throw. But I think I'll go with you. I'll go Vest.
Vest is your Finley superstar of the game. He was impressive today. And you tabbed him as the star watch, so
yeah.
Only apropos that we select him as the star of the game. Don't worry, Ridge, we got an award for you. You're Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game. I think you go back to that first inning where he clears the bases with 2 outs and that 3 RBI triple.
And showing speed that you don't really see from catchers often as he just was rolling around those bases at a high rate of speed. And I agree with you. I think that's the AWP Playmaker Play of the Game.
Your Mountain Land, this is probably the toughest of all the awards. Mountain Land Supply, Defensive Play of the Game, featuring Bryant, whatever it takes. I love the throw on the put out, trying to steal a base with 2 outs, and Ridge hosed him there in the 6th. Love the Franco diving catch in center field. Love the Blotter high-rising catch at shortstop.
How about the Andreas pick in the 7th inning?
Nearly a double play to end the game. Yeah. I'll give you the final say. What's our Mountain Land Supply defensive play?
I'm going to go most athletic play of all of them, and that's going to be Franco's catch in the outfield. Full extension, diving. I think he's got to get it.
And I would probably, if we hadn't already went start of the game to Vest, I thought the throw off the knees. The throw off the knees, he backhands it. He doesn't get up. I thought the throw off the knees was probably the defensive play of the game for me. But there was so many, it's tough to choose.
Yeah.
Energy play of the game, brought to you by Scooter's Coffee. What are you going with there? How about we give it to Vest on that knee throw?
Yeah, we'll go with the knee throw. I think that deserves some pub here.
Yeah. He didn't have to use all his energy because he was from the knees there, and he got the throw on a one hop over there to Bartholomew. It was just a beautiful, beautiful web gem, to say the very least. One more award we always hand out, our Jersey Mike sub of the game, a sub above the rest. Logan Levitt comes in, strikes out 2, works the 6th and the 7th, doesn't give up a hit or a run. I think it's Logan Levitt on the back end in the bullpen.
I agree.
Some stats for Ridgeline in the loss. We'll see them tomorrow midday against the loser of the next game. You look at 2-hit day for Purser, 2 for 3, 2 hits for Bodie Hansen, and 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Very productive there. He would probably get my vote as the star of the game for Ridgeline. Kidman a hit and an RBI. 2 hits for Smith, too. I liked what guy at the bottom of the order, Tyson Smith, did
Purser
in this game
as well.
Yeah. Ton of good stuff. As this one goes the Flyboys' way, 10-6. They're going to be a threat all week long as the number 1 seed, and we'll see them tomorrow night against the winner of the Desert Hills Bear River game that's coming up next. I know it's a short Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show, but we got to get lineup cards. We got to get some graphics built for pregame, starting lineups put together, and then we will be back on the air on the Fan Sports Network and on KSL Sports. It's a scheduled 7 o'clock game. That's about 20 minutes away. We'll be on at least 10, 15 minutes before they start it with the pregame show. Anything else? Final thoughts, Paulie?
I think we're about to see another great baseball game. I mean, we've seen 3 already, so we're about to see another one.
All right, one more game on day 1 here in the Elite 8 in the 4A State Basketball Championships. Again, we've already seen Snow Canyon beat Crimson, Timpanogos beat Park City, and moments ago, Dixie, 10-6. Beats Ridgeline. Bear River Desert Hills. We'll have the live stream going here in just a few minutes. We'll go back to regular programming on the Fan Sports Network, and we'll be back on the radio with pregame festivities here in just a bit. CC back in the command center. We will let you know when we are ready to go. The final on the Wilkinson scoreboard in the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show, 10-6. Flyers win it. How about them Flyers?